Welcome to the extras video.
Am I inside a house? What am I...
By the end of this video, this might make sense. No promises, though.
Game's broke!
You sure about that? Anyway, so let's show off the knock gun, which it's a siege gun that you wield with one hand. Basically, it's the Western equivalent to like the boss having a Patriot. It's the same like ridiculous idea. Basically, it's a rapid fire shotgun with not infinite ammo, but it has infinite range in that it's like infinite relative to the draw distance.
Oh, these bandits don't know what's coming.
So I drew a bandit attack. Yeah, this poor schmuck over here. However, we're not done humiliating him yet because we have one more. We have one more knock gun left. We have the cannon knock gun, which is what we get for completing all of the side missions as well.
What?
And it basically blows things up as well. It causes giblets. They're not on the horses, strangely enough. Like the animals don't have any giblet effects.
Just people.
So Reverend Reed's horse is invincible and gets very mad at you when you shoot at it. And it also never runs out of stamina, ever. So you can spur it as many times as you like.
Oh, that's convenient.
Also basically means that you are effectively invulnerable when you're on the horse. Also, speaking of weapons, I would not suggest using the dynamite bow on prostitutes because they have knives. They will rush at you and they will blow you up. Yep, I think you deserve that, Cole. So I was also doing some basic glitch hunting and experimentation. So I took these TNT barrels, which are the only TNT barrels that consistently spawn in the open map, and I decided, you know, what happens if I take them over to Dodge. But it turns out that they just disappear when you go past the what the game constitutes as the Badlands. I also found out that if you activate a side mission or any other mission, it will refill your health even if you're in the middle of dying.
Convenient.
I also decided to experiment, like what happens, like you know, like NPCs will disappear when you do a showdown. What happens if you activate a showdown at the same time? The shopkeep just disappeared in the middle because I activated a showdown at the same time as I talked to him. And it would be a soft lock, except you could press the A button to get out of it. There's also a secret stash of infinite supply of whiskey. This is not an out of bounds because it's intentional. It's a little Easter egg over here.
Just always there.
Yeah, so here's one of the ways to go out of bounds in this game. If you knife Reverend Reed's horse, it will run in a random direction, and if you're lucky, it will run out of bounds and you can mount it. However, this is not a particularly good place to go out of bounds because, well, there just aren't very many places to go from here.
That wall is pretty solid.
Well, you can go through on this side, but you're kind of stuck, and it's pretty easy to go back in bounds by accident. But there's another way to try to get out of bounds pretty easily. It's called the horse glitch. So just at the top of the jump, like when this horse starts to fall from the apex of the jump, you dismount and then remount the horse very quickly. It has to be once the horse starts to fall. Doesn't always work though. It depends on like the top of or like the type of geometry that's on the ground. Like not the horse glitch won't always work.
You gotta kind of find a spot to wedge the horse.
So here's a spot where you get some interesting things happening with the horse glitch. For instance, something like that will happen, and then you just fall through the map.
He's riding the bomb. Okay.
Yeah. It's the wrong way to be riding a bomb, though. You don't ride it to the center of the earth, and you can just
Slim Pickens did.
And yeah, basically you can just keep riding it for as long as you want, basically. And if you press the Y button to dismount, you get stuck. There's also one way to get out of bounds without using the horse glitch, and that's using this very specific spot on the Blackfoot side of the ferry. You go over here, just sort of rub up against this corner for a little bit, very easily go out of bounds with minimal effort. And I decided to go exploring here, see what my newfound freedom will lead me to.
That water is shockingly solid.
So I decided what happens if I use the horse glitch here. And wouldn't you know it, some very interesting things happened. Oh, but it's not over yet. Great job, Cole. And then suddenly I hit a kill plane while there's like a kill plane on the side there when you go over.
Oh wow!
So while we're over there, oh yeah, there's one other thing. There is another way to sort of emulate the horse glitch without actually using it. If you sort of go over here and go to a specific angle, you can fly up.
Reverse horse glitch? Oh no, it's coming down.
Boink. Also, while we're here, there's two very interesting glitches with the Hollister's Fort mission here. First of all, if you don't move at all, Soapy gets very impatient with you, and you'll just start riding around in circles.
Oh.
Look, I get that you're trying to send me a message, but that's very rude.
On the upper Missouri River.
He's gonna put a rut in the ground there.
Cole, I really gotta pee, Cole. Cole, please move, Cole, come on.
Cole, hurry up! Pay me! Let me do the job!
Also, this mission has unique dialogue for when you shoot your own horse.
Damn it, Cole! What'd you do that for?
That never happens on any other story mission. Okay, so here I was trying to use the horse glitch to access the Chinese laundry during your first trip to Empire, and I kind of got stuck. I also got stuck for good in the staircase here. It did not go as planned. Thankfully, on a second attempt, I had some more success. It could sometimes, especially on console, because of the lower frame rate, it could be a little difficult to line up. But eventually, I was able to get inside the Chinese laundry. And yeah, this is on the first trip to Empire. You can see the mission objective there. We're still supposed to be fighting Hoodoo. You can see on there the door is very clearly locked. Also, you're not supposed to be able to take a horse inside the laundry, so the camera is really screwed up. It doesn't know what to do. Also, because the story mission is very confused here, something else is gonna happen. We go into the torture chamber. What the hell are you doing here, Rudabah? You're not supposed to be in here. You're supposed to be dead. You're a ghost. And yes, it actually is perfectly possible to start the Weapon Rudabah mission from there, like from in the torture chamber. Also, if you go into the if you take that door into the casino from the back entrance there, you can just clip right through it with no effort. And you can just walk around inside the casino with your horse like nothing's wrong. I tried to get inside Hoodoo's study, but unfortunately the low ceiling prevented me from doing the horse glitch to get inside.
My horse will have a whiskey. Just water for me.
I'll have some of my horse's whiskey afterward. We share a very powerful bond, my horse, as you can see. It's thanks to my horse that I'm allowed to phase through all solid objects. So I decided to, I'll have myself a horsey gunfight while I'm inside the casino. So, I was curious to see whether the AI actually bothered to go inside, because it can go inside the casino normally, but the AI is not supposed to be able to go inside the casino at this point of the story. So I was curious, and it actually does turn out the posse will go inside the casino, at this point, even though you're not. No one is supposed to be able to go inside here. And but it turns out that the posse will just keep spawning. Though I was able to escape the posse by using the horse glitch to go back into the laundry, and all of the posse despawned.
Load triggers are a funny thing in this game.
Yep. Anyway, how you doing, Rudabah? Alright, so there's one last demonstration of the horse glitch I want to show off. First of all, you can just clip right through here in the mine. This mine area is supposed to be completely inaccessible after you defeat Magruder, but I was determined to see how far I could get. So, it's horse glitch time. At the very beginning of that video, that was a failed attempt to try and do this trick, by the way. Okay, how you doing, horse?
You can get a ways in there.
Yep. Oh, but we're not done yet. This is a failed attempt, by the way. As you can tell. And there's another one. That's what can happen when you don't line up properly. So anyway, you get pretty far into the mine here, and I was trying to see, how far can I get? So first of all, it turns out you don't actually need the horse glitch for that barricade. You can just power through if you have the right angle, because they restore all the barricades that you blew up earlier. Now, unfortunately, this barricade proved to be a little more of a challenge. I couldn't just power through it, so I had to use the horse glitch again. But, thankfully I was actually able to get this on my first try. And, as you'll see, the cave here is still crumbling from the explosions we caused earlier, back when we were fighting Magruder. And those rocks are just spawning out of nothing, apparently. Also, I have no idea why I was so fascinated by this particular lamp.
No enemies. It's actually kind of peaceful.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty interesting that they made this entire post-game area, or post-game state, for this area, and never used it. So, yeah, we could glitch our way all the way back to the final boss arena.
All the way up to the arena.
For absolutely no reason. And if we jump down there, we can't get out, even with the horse glitch.
That is the worst treasure I've ever seen to this day.
Alright, so showing off a couple other things. First of all, you can jump off the Morning Star and drown, with the best drowning animation in video game history.
Practically a T-pose.
So, let's just say that, I hate Honest Tom, so I'm gonna steal this horse without you doing any of his stuff, but nope. The game accounts for that.
You haven't won the wager yet.
And also, if you try to shoot the buffalo, the game won't count it. You have to use the slide attack. On console, the buffalo will just keep spawning. On PSP, it's kind of like with those horses earlier, with when you were trying to steal the horses. The buffalo were just invincible. They won't be damaged by anything except a slide attack. Alright, so here's the game over state for failing to save Jenny from Rude.
Be leaving here in a gut bucket. You got to the counter 3 to hightail it. 1, 2, 3.
That voice actor, the art guy they had for voice acting Rude isn't too bad. Also, you can slice right through Jenny to save her. It just confirms my theory that Cole is a cyborg ninja. Also, you'll notice here that the town patience meter is disabled. That's because we're in a particular story state where Jenny's carriage is in the open world, and I guess they didn't want to program it.
Alright.
Also, this is when we're on the Coach to Empire. I ran into some issues here when grabbing onto these natives, and he just sort of well, I thought he disappeared, but so I then got the idea, you know, how many enemies can I stack on here before the game craps itself? And it turns out I can have some fun with this. Just by continuously drinking whiskey, I can have a lot of objects on screen.
And Cole began his career as a professional pincushion.
And he ended it as a flaming porcupine. So here's some extra dialogue in the jail cell.
I heard you was a little sneak that done cracked that safe in Monte Verde.
If I were after that safe, you never would have known, I can assure you.
Last time we had a hanging, the crows didn't even wait for him to die before they started pecking at his eyes. He was squawking louder than they were. Slipped up this time, didn't you? Caught with your hand in Hoodoo's very own strongbox at the Empire Saloon.
I still don't get why all this is optional.
Of course, if the noose ain't tied proper, your head'll come apart with the rest of you. In which case, we toss the whole bloody mess into the hog pen like we done to that little whore after having me a peek at her intimates.
Ooh.
Okay, I get why that part is optional.
No way you're getting out of here this time, you slippery bastard. You gotta be the dumbest some bitch I ever seen.
Alright, so now that we're at the TNT barrels, this is a very selectively explosive TNT.
Okay.
We've established those TNT barrels do not blow up, right? And Port apparently has iron in his head. That TNT barrel blows up, though. I also decided to have some fun with the train. So first of all, this just shows off the insane rate of fire that you can get in using something else that I'll be showing off later.
That is beautiful.
This is with the Volcanic 10 with max stats, by the way.
I'm not shooting.
Yeah, so they actually do have spawn points for the riders. They come out of the carriages in the back.
Interesting.
So it's like one of the few times they actually accommodate for enemies spawning out of nowhere. Which is weird because in the Morning Star, you can actually see enemies spawning out of nothing. So I was really determined to try and get onto this train. Like, really determined. I wanted my horse to come with me.
We don't toss horseshoes, we toss the whole horse.
Like, I spent quite a while. And I almost got it. Oh. There, wait. No, come on, horse. Nope, I guess the horse isn't coming with me. Well. Oh.
Faithful steed.
Okay. Oh, the horse just clipped through the train as well. Anyway, a little while later, I managed to get the horse stuck in the train. Like, completely. And then a little while later, I was, like, standing in front of the train like an idiot. And then I realized that the train doesn't have any like, death collision at all. So I'm just gonna take the free ride while I can.
We have to get back before the train passes.
You go ahead, Clay. I'll just take the free ride, if you don't mind.
We gotta push this coal up to 88 miles an hour.
Well, back in those days, they could do it with 44. Right. Oh no! I need to go back onto the train.
I'm scared.
Help me!
What?
It's the vibrating train in the west. Is this what they mean? Is this what Gears of War means by the coal train? Anyway, as I went further, and I decided that this is great. So I'm gonna do a trick shot off of this and try and shoot the TNT while riding on top of the train. But then I forgot that the game forces you to put that fourth barrel of TNT, and so it gives you a game over for shooting the TNT early. But I was determined. So instead, I set up a different trick shot. I was initially going to have my horse block the train. However, I messed up, kind of. Well, I messed up in a good way, I think, because I forgot that the train comes from the other side. However, I ended up doing something even cooler by accident. I'll just let it play out. Okay, so this is something I forgot to show back when we were stealing the opium dealer's clothes. I was going back to Empire and, called for Rogue to come back to me when I was mining some gold. And I was wondering, what's that blue dot doing over there? What's going on, Rogue?
He got into the cocaine.
I think Rogue is trying to do the horse glitch to get out of this game.
I know I can get out. Oh my god!
He's stuck there. No amount of calling for him is going to change his pathfinding. Oh, he almost got out. Nope. You'll get there someday, Rogue. I'm sure you can do it, boy. Just try your hardest. I believe in you.
One day you'll be in a good game, Rogue.
He's still there. And eventually, when you walk away far enough, and then call for him again, he'll just teleport to you.
And he's not tap dancing.
Also, I managed to get footage of me stuck on the train tracks. Like I mentioned that one time.
Oh my god.
I lost the Tiny Tubs mission because this happened. Completely stuck. I deliberately spent all of Rogue's stamina because normally he's scripted to run off of the map, despawn, and then he will heal himself. But he's stuck. So he can't move anywhere. Which means that you're now permanently lost your horse. Also, they moved the they moved the position from which you would fire there. Really annoying. Also, there's another detail they added in the PSP version. There's a box of vaccines over here for what I assume is like pox or something. Maybe it's tuberculosis. Anyway, so there are also some cutscenes where they've redone them as machinima rather than scripted sequences, like this one here where you rescue Clay. This was just a normal conversation, but now they've redone it as a little cutscene.
God damn, kid! What the hell's going on out there?
We've come.
This is done with all of the grace and finesse of a 6th grader, using Gary's mod for the first time.
At least it doesn't have mouth flap.
Just follow that tunnel and I'll see you back at the hideout.
Keep your wits cold and
Take off those mittens, please. So, Hoodoo Brown's fight works a little differently on PSP. They know where you are instantly. Like, there's no ambush. They'll just kill you outright. Also, I had seen some rumors online that it was possible to skip Hoodoo's first fight by running upstairs and going into his office. And it's not possible to do on console. And I thought maybe it was possible to do on PSP, and people were getting confused. It turns out you can run upstairs, but there's an invisible wall actually blocking passage to his study. You still have to bring Hoodoo's health down to half. So they've also changed the objective when you're going back to the Blackfoot camp with Soapy. Similar to how it was before with the turntable and moving objects, they changed the sequence, or they changed the set piece with the ferry. So instead, you have to take this other ferry that the other bad guys are going to use to chase you and burn it, while also killing all the other bad guys.
Which is clever. It's an interesting addition.
Yeah, it is. And basically, it's a way of also saying that, because, you know, they would not have been able to make that kind of elaborate set piece on PSP. You know, that I can understand. They also have, like, both the knock gun and the cannon knock gun on PSP completely intact. And then you just talk to the ferry operator and the cutscene plays. Did they make the wheel move on PSP? They did. I can't believe they fixed that. Of all the things to fix. I salute you, Rebellion Studios, you crazy bastards.
But they couldn't make the wheel on the floor in the final boss spin. But they could make the wheel on the... I'm confused.
Okay, so here we go. This is probably my favorite mission on PSP.
We're gonna have to find some help.
Just because of how awful it is. Like, I complained about this being unfinished on console, but the PSP version is just amazing. So, they fixed the problem with hitboxes that it was on console, but they added about 5 other problems. This, for example, none of the other NPCs know how to move around you if you stand in front of them.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Soapy and that other Indian on the left clearly aren't getting enough action out of this. They'll just keep standing there. Also, Cole does not have... Cole maintains the hitbox problem if he's crouching. It's just... this may be why they decided to get rid of hitboxes entirely in the original version of the game.
They're not working, just turn them off.
Yeah, they also added an extra checkpoint here, which causes some problems. I'll just let this play out and have you react to it in real time.
Wait. Now kill the enemy at the exit. We are almost there.
This actually turned into a legit problem. I had to, like, it turned into a stealth puzzle of its own. Because I had to sneak around the broken AI to make sure. This is such a awful version of this mission. Oh, but it gets better. Because then I decided, you know, how much worse can it get if I block Soapy on his way to pick the lock to the garbage chute? Oh dear.
Oh goodness.
Poor Soapy. And I decided, okay, maybe I'll move forward and block it, but nope. As long as I have some sort of hitbox collision, he'll just stand there.
Oh my god.
Even
Rebellion,
if
you mad
jump,
bastard.
He'll stand there.
Why?
What are you
This is more broken than any other PSP game I've played.
Okay, that's enough torture for one day, Sophie.
Quality assurance on the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox version are forgiven now.
Okay, even better. So remember the barrier here. If you have Rogue in exactly the right spot, you can clip through the barrier. And, of course, you still need Rogue in order to break through it, which causes some problems. Though thankfully, you can break through the barrier on the other side. Though you do need to move away from the barrier for a certain amount of time so that Rogue can teleport to you. Also, for some reason, they got rid of all the ladders. They're all replaced by staircases because they just couldn't be bothered to program ladder animations, I guess.
Save a couple megabytes here and there.
Yeah. Also, now that you can't deal with moving objects, this is what. Yeah, they fixed the wheel. This is what it looks like now when you take the ferry to Dodge, or to Blackfoot Camp. They've changed up the fight with Many Wounds Men. There, you'll notice that there are no warriors anymore. They haven't gotten rid of the fight here. They've just sort of changed the context, where instead it's just a fight, with you and Sylvie versus Magruder's militia, as opposed to fighting alongside the warriors, so that there's less NPCs on screen. Although I will admit, they at least do a better job of pointing you to which house it is.
Oh, shit! It's Magruder's militia! They're trying to stop us from using the cross!
Show me what you got!
Also, if you remember, there was like one cougar
Yes.
that bothered us when we were dealing with Soapy. Apparently, Rebellion Studios decided that one cougar just wasn't enough.
That doesn't sound like a cougar.
And I was very confused because the cougar normally spawns up there, but nope. This is suddenly turning into a Cabela's level. Alright, that's 3. Also, I decided to use Soapy for target practice there. 4. Alright, so there's... Alright, that's 6 cougars in total. So yeah, apparently Soapy is programmed to occasionally shoot at the animals, but not necessarily kill them.
My God, I'm hit!
That is a low poly count animal right there.
That is unacceptable for the Nintendo 64. So yeah, there was one animal before, now there's 6. So that's like probably the only instance in the whole game of the PSP version actually increasing the enemy count. There's one more thing that we have to deal with. So let's just start a new game. Say on hard, for instance.
Alright.
Those 2 rocks over there, they look mighty suspicious. Let's go over there. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
How was that?
Okay, then. So, this particular code, it's different for every system. On GameCube, it's L, R, and A. So a new options opened up in our options menu. This is the dev menu. We can access any mission we want, any checkpoint we want, every cutscene, and all the side missions.
Wow.
Basically, it's a dev tool that was left in accidentally. And I say accidentally because in the PSP version, there's an invisible wall put in there. You can't even get anywhere near there. So, this is not the only extras video, by the way. In the second extras video, I will be performing a speedrun of this game with my 100% file on easy, using the gun menu to start from mission 1, which is a valid speedrun category. I think it's called any percent bonus.
Okay.
So, that's gonna be extras 2. This is the end of extras 1, assuming that I haven't forgotten anything, which I probably have, in which case I'll just put it in post.
That is what post is for, sir.
Good thing I caught this in post, because there's actually a few things I forgot to put in. First of all, just to clarify a mistake I made earlier, when and where you can cheat at poker is actually based on difficulty. On easy, you can cheat in both dodge and empire. On normal, you can only cheat in dodge. And on hard and insane, you can't cheat at all. Going back to the ferry at Blackfoot Camp, it's actually possible to get out of bounds there without using the horse. Unfortunately, you can't really do anything once you get out because you get stuck in the geometry. If you try to steal the rancher's horse, he has something to say about that.
That's my horse, Cole.
Here's some more dialogue I missed when you're stealing horses during the prison break.
Who was a whore by trade. For a bucket of wax, she'd lie on her back and let the cowboys have a poke at her crack. One day, to her surprise, her belly began to rise. Her slit gave a grunt and out jumped a run with his balls between his eyes. Oh, the moon shines tonight on dear old Jenny. As she lays asleep and a shadow comes creeping. With eyes a gleaming and hopes of reaming, Alhambra maid.
Sing it one more time, will you, Johnny? Reckon it's the closest we'll ever get to Bedner now.
During the main LP, I wasn't able to ambush the Miller gang in one explosion, so let's rectify that.
Mangy bastards!
Also, I don't know whether this is intentional, but if you manage to sneak up on Hoodoo Brown and shoot him with a sniper rifle, it will instantly take him out and put him into his second phase. However, I wouldn't recommend getting in his way when he's going upstairs, because he will try to melee you. Even though he's scripted to run upstairs, he'll still try to attack. And finally, the last 3 hunting targets are unique in that when you spook them, they actually attack you. And the Black Wolf's attack is the only guaranteed one-hit kill in the entire game. So there you go. That's almost everything the game has to offer. See you next video tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it.